I am on my husband's back office because he does not have much going on. He is just kind of sitting there. So when you get into your back office for the first time, like I said, you're going to want to make sure that you change your password. So go to account, go to update personal information, and then you can scroll down here and your password, you'll just have to type in your new password twice. So that's what I always tell everybody. First thing to do, change your password because you're not going to remember the password that was given to you by Canaway. So go ahead and do that. Make sure you save. Second, set up your smart ship. Then you won't have to worry about that. Sorry, my computer's moving a little slow. So smart ship will be on your first page. That's where it's going to ask you, some of your personal information like your social security, because you got to set it up. You got to get that going. As far as if you want to get paid and start making commissions, so they need your social security and that information. The nice thing about smart ship, I don't know if you guys have messed around with it yet, you can go in there whenever you want and change things up. So, I have it sitting here, but it will send me a reminder, sends you a reminder 3 days before it actually ships to remind you that you have a shipment going out, which is very helpful because that's usually when it triggers me like, oh, I don't need these. I need salve samples. So I can go back in and change that up. Just set something up so that it will trigger you to remind you. You can always go in and change the date. So if this date's not going to work for me, I can always push it back. So it does not have to fall on the same day every month by any means. You want to make sure that you do place an order every month so that you get commission so that you can rank advance. In the beginning, it's not the 110 BV. You don't need to do that, but I always recommend if you guys are going to start pushing this and work this business, I recommend you stay at 110 personal volume points, because if you don't, there's a very high chance that you'll get to the end of the month and you won't rank advance because you won't have that personal volume. You need that personal volume of 110 to rank advance. So, and that's where the income guarantee and all of that come in. So just keep that in mind. I've got my husband set up on a lower BV because he's not working the business right now. He just needs basically 28 BV just to be an active BA. So there's that option too. So if you do have a loved one that you want on the top of one of your legs, they don't have to actually work the business. Maybe you want to work yours and then come back and work theirs later. And we can discuss that. But just so that you're aware, if there is somebody sitting right below you, you can have them at, a 28 BV just to stay active. So salve samples, or, my husband, he likes to take the capsules. So we just have him set up that way. So anyway, back to your back office. Once you get all that set up, you probably all have seen this. This is where a lot of the action will start happening. So your commissions will always be right here. And this will just continue to grow. Your BA ID is up here as well as your name. So my husband and I share this computer, so I have to make sure sometimes that I'm in the right account. Up here, this is where your personal BAs will start growing as well as customers. So this number will continue to grow, and that will just tell you how many personal BAs you have. Right here is where you would click to enroll BA. We can go over that. I'm actually creating some videos for everyone, for our team, for Team HempHopeHeal, whether you're on Abby and Kendra's leg or on my sister and I's leg. We will have videos set up for you guys so that this process will be very simplified. So watch for those, and I will show you here in a minute our website where you can go to find all of those. So first thing I want to show you, where I spend the most time, is the business tab over here on the left-hand side. You can look at your team, compensation. This is the gift card program, which is really important. There's some training videos. Those are very long. So that's why we're trying to create some shorter versions. I do recommend watching them if you find time, but I spent a lot of time fast forwarding because it's just a lot of information before they actually get to the point. So if you don't have a lot of time, just wait for our videos. We've got stuff coming out. If you have questions, please reach out. So when you go to the team tab, I like to use the node view. When you start building your business, the node view is great because it's kind of like a family tree. You can also check out your downline, and I can just show you what these look like. So this is my husband's again, and so his downline, he has Ron Bauer and then Natalie Lopez. You can click on these to see who they have underneath of them, and then it continues to go and go and go and go. Now, if you would rather see everybody at once, the node view is where you want to go. So you just click on node view and show node view, and you'll see basically your family tree is what I call it. Give it just a second here. So he's got all of his personal people, and then they've got theirs, and you can just go in here and look, and now you can see, who's that brand ambassador. It doesn't look like anybody below him right now has moved up to director, but this is going to tell you. It's also going to tell you who's on auto ship. So you can count on these people bringing in group volume points for you every month. It's hard for everybody else. You can assume that they're going to place an order, but you can't assume, so it makes it tricky. That's why it's really important to get people on that auto ship. That way you're not guessing. So that's a great place to get a good view of your team and it growing. Now you can also go to your upline and check that out to see who's above you. I am creating a list for everyone, not just of our upline, but the company's upline, people that you can reach out to for questions, for third-party validation, whether it's a phone call or, a text or whatever. I'm putting together that list now, and I'm going to put it on the HempHopeHeal website, so you are more than welcome to use that. The other items on here, and I highly recommend going through everything in here and digging as deep as you possibly can go, but I just wanted to point out some smaller items. The Fast Start 3000 and 9000, if that has not been explained to you yet, reach out to your upline and have them go over that. Being a new BA, obviously your first 30 days, it's our goal, and should be your goal to get you going as quickly as possible. And what we mean by that is bringing on 3 people, all ordering a value pack of any kind. This is going to set you up for what's called triple up. So that's going to give you triple the commissions for the rest of your life with Canaway. So it's a great way to start. It's a great way to get money right away. Then the next thing you would want to do is focus on your Fast Start 3000. And what that means is you want to get 3,000 group volume points within your first 2 months of being with Canaway. So the day that you first started, you got your first 30 days, you want to get those 3 people. That sets you up to be Fast Start qualified. That allows you to be Fast Start 3000, and it allows you to be Fast Start 9000. So the 3,000, you want to get 3,000 group volume points combined in those first 2 months, and that's going to give you a $1,000 bonus right off the bat. It's not hard to do. Once you get those 3 people, help them get their 3 people. It's all going to be your group volume, and that's going to hit you at 3,000. That's also going to put you at senior director. So all great things. $1,000 there, and then the 9,000. That's within 3 months after your start date. So 90 days. If you get 9,000 accumulative group volume points, you're going to get another $1,000 bonus. So why wouldn't you want another $1,000 right before the holidays, right? So let me know if you have questions about that. Ask your upline about it. Those are all great incentives for new BAs. Let's see. So the next little tab down is the commission. If you haven't watched the comp plan video, I recommend you watch that. It can be very confusing in the beginning, but it's very, it's simplified in a way, the way that he explains it and walks through it. Some of the terms might not make sense now, but they will. So the higher you grow, the more you grow in this business, the more it will make sense. So make sure you take a look at the comp plan video, save that detailed comp plan to your desktop because you're going to rely on that quite a bit. Maybe not so much in the beginning. I think the first, really the first 90 days of your business, you should be focusing on these goals that you have set for yourself. Getting those 3 people with a value pack, helping them grow, hitting that 3,000, hitting that 900 or 9,000. So the detailed comp plan is great, but do not stress yourself out with it because it's not going to make a lot of sense. My sister will be going over the comp plan in detail at the retreat. So if you plan on coming to the retreat, that will be great. You'll be able to ask questions about it there. But if you do look through it and you just want to know, like me, I was the business mind. I wanted to know every little detail. Please ask because we want everybody in the know. It's just one of those things where it doesn't seem so important in the beginning. For me, it was. But we want you to hit, these goals first, and then it's all going to start making